Today I ducked up by encouraging female ejaculation, NSFW. So I've been fooling around with this girl for a while now, and naturally we've cycled through all your standard vanilla kinks, and things were starting to wind down a bit. This wasn't a big deal though, as neither of us is interested in anything more than casual sex, so there's no pressure to keep things fresh and exciting. That being said, a little bit ago she randomly messaged me saying she has something naughty to share, and sends me cell phone footage of her with a vibrator doing some impressive pornography grade squirting. She goes on to talk about how excited she is for teaching herself how, and we proceed to make plans to explore this further. Next thing I know, she's coming in my face like a Chinese firefighter trying to extinguish a burning chemical factory, while I'm right there dumping fuel on the flames. Now, before I get carried away here, I'll just say, I'm a nurse by trade, and I have no delusions about what's really going on. I can tell exactly where her juices are coming from, and I've made peace with the fact that the girl is pissing in my face while I go down on her, no big deal. So finally, to the point. She's been squirting in my face for a few weeks now, and I've gotten enough in my mouth to know how it tastes. The most surprising thing about the experience is the fact that her piss didn't taste at all like I'd thought it would. Ranging from unflavored Gatorade to that bland tea they serve you at Oriental restaurants that you dump sugar packets into. I thought it was a fluke at first, but after repeatedly testing this observation, I'm quite certain that her piss tastes sweet, sometimes blatantly so. The perverted side of me thought all this was kinky as hell, so I really didn't think on it too much until this morning. I just woke up and had a weird nurse's epiphany about it. Sweet urine. Glucose urine. Glycosuria. Jesus Christ. I'm a ducking dumbus. I race over to my bag, where I keep my backup glucometer for work, wake her bleary-eyed ass up, and pricked her finger to check her blood sugar. 441. Duck. Recheck. 453. Shut. Asymptomatic, but hyperglycemic as duck. She's got the beatus. Diabetes. I broke the news as gently as I could, which was something to the tune of holy shut duck. That's some serious ducking diabetes. Call your doctor. Hysterics ensued. So now she's out to the doctor's office and possibly the urgent care clinic for treatment, and I'm sitting here trying figure out a good cover story for how I knew. TLDR. TIFU by breaking some bad news to a girl after she squirted in my face and I diagnosed her with diabetes after realizing her piss was unnaturally sweet. Update. To bring things current, the girl is doing fine now. They've ran more thorough tests and strongly suspect she's a type 1 diabetic, but it'll take a few days and tests to confirm the preliminary results. She's got a lot on her mind. All I can think about though is how we went from casual duck buddies to irreversibly connected by the act of getting her piss in my mouth. Still, the response has been hilariously fantastic. While there's a lot of contention on whether this is a duck up, I'll just say that a couple factors had stuck out to me personally that framed it like that, such as the fact that it took weeks for me to piece this all together, my majorly panicked reaction to it, and the resulting state of hysteria I had caused after scaring the girl half to death. That all kind of overshadowed the lucky guess I made, in my mind anyway. No longer though. Right now I feel like the ducking man. Thanks for helping me see the cloud's golden lining. Thank you for saving my life, she said. No problem, sweet pea. You didn't duck up. You may have saved her life. Today I ducked up by masturbating in an unmade bed. I'm a bit of a slob. I leave my clothes lying around. I'll often leave soda cans and beer bottles at my desk for days before I expend the energy to toss them in the recycling, and generally the only time I make my bed is when I first put on a fresh set of sheets. So tonight I lay down in my unmade bed, same as any other night. As I lay there in the dark, waiting for sleep to overtake me, my thoughts turned to an old crush whom I hadn't thought of in a while. I imagined taking her back to her place after a date and giving her a passionate goodnight kiss at her door. She invited me in, and, as I proceeded to imagine making out on her couch, I began fapping. The imagined makeout session grew more intense, clothes started coming off, more intimate areas were kissed, sucked, and fondled, and I decided to adjust my masturbation technique. See, when I first began exploring my body as a small child, I discovered that it felt really nice to take a sheet or towel and just kind of grind my junk into it with my hips. This has the advantage of being more of a full body experience and closer to actual sex, and I used this technique exclusively for years before discovering the more traditional tris-up workout. It also has the disadvantage of being fairly messy, since the full volume of your load goes right into your bedsheet. As a result, I generally only do this when it's about time for my sheets to go to the laundry anyway. I'd been sleeping on these sheets for a while, again, slob, so I decided tonight was the night not to hold back. I reached down toward the foot of my bed and grabbed the bedsheet that was crumpled up there and started doing my thing. At one point, I noticed that one part of the sheet was cooler than the rest. I had a fan running by the bed, so I figured that area had just been in the fan's path, so I paid it no mind. As I continued to rub and gyrate, while my fantasy girl and I went at it with reckless abandon, I noticed that the sheet was not just cool, but moist. It was at that point that I stopped what I was doing, turned my light on, and discovered that my cat had vomited on my mattress and covered up her crime with the crumpled bedsheet. I had been humping cat puke. I just finished cleaning the bulk of the mess, stripping the bed, and putting the sheets in my laundry bag, putting on new sheets, and cleaning off the affected areas of my nether regions. My libido, suffice to say, has been squelched for the night, and I'm about to go back to bed and think long and hard about just what it was that I had against dogs. TLDR, ducked vomit. Today I ducked pussy juice. Fixed that for you. You're gonna finish though, right? Today I ducked up by accidentally getting my best friend's girlfriend to break up with him when I, as a prank, edited his masturbation log Excel doc that she forced him to maintain. For the past 6 months, my best friend has maintained an Excel doc on his laptop to keep track of every time he masturbated. He did this at the insistence of his girlfriend. When he confided this to me, I couldn't believe it. But apparently 7 months prior she had caught him masturbating in his kitchen, which is weird I know, and got very angry and disturbed. She insisted that he keep a log of every time he masturbated. So for 6 months he's had an Excel doc listing every time he masturbates. It had the following columns: date, time, location, what I masturbated to. If online pornography, he had to include a hyperlink to the video, and notes. So the other day my friend left his laptop open. He left, went out to get beer. I saw the Excel logo on the bottom of his screen and I wondered if it was his legendary masturbation log. It was. I had to peek. Then I go the idea to prank him. I knew his girlfriend reviewed the log at the end of every week. So I scrolled up a bit to make some edits to his entries from a few days ago to make it look like he masturbated to some weird ass shit. Here are a few of the entries I inserted. What I masturbated to. Your friend Ashley's Facebook album of her at that beach in Mexico. Included a URL for the album. Notes. She's very sexy. I imagine her often when we make love. What I masturbated to. YouTube video of mouse caught in a glue trap. Included her alter vid. Notes. What I masturbated to. Imagined what it would be like to have sex with a pig in a factory farm. Notes. First time fantasizing about bestiality. I'm into it. What I masturbated to. Just a link to a gay porn video. Something with cock in the title. Notes. Very nice. And a few more things like that. Save the document. So I thought it was a pretty funny prank. Well, turns out he never noticed the entries. She saw them, and she 100% thought that he entered them. Apparently she absolutely refused to believe somebody pranked him, and she was completely disgusted. Crying and shouting, I hear. She thinks he's a complete pervo. She broke up with him. My friend is furious. But he has no idea it was me who did it. He constantly leaves his laptop open. He has a lot of people over. The entries were from earlier in the week. I don't think he suspects me. But he's really angry and also down in the dumps about it. His now ex-girlfriend told her friends about his sick fetishes and obviously the rumors are starting to spread. I want to admit it was a prank, but I won't. I feel so awful. I'm thinking of sending an anonymous email to her telling her it was a prank, but not revealing my identity. TLDR, TIFU by accidentally getting my best friend's girlfriend to break up with him when I, as a prank, Edited his masturbation log Excel doc that she forced him to maintain. Lol, you did your buddy a favor. Seriously, this is what I was thinking. A masturbation log? That girl needs boundaries. Sounds abusive as shit. Insecurity is a beast. It ruins more relationships than infidelity, I bet.